Hi all, welcome to the Sheffield United Predictions video. This one is going to be possibly causing a lot of controversy for a number of reasons, but we'll try and get into this as best we can and explain our reasoning through all this and hopefully give you a good idea. So if you can smash links, as always, we much appreciate. Sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter, G is a legend. All links are down below, follow the channel and social media links as always. Comment down below your thoughts for Sheffield United. Where do you think they will go for ratings? Who's going up, who's going down, all that kind of good stuff. It's going to be fun and games to be had regardless, and we're going to try our hardest on where we go with ratings. Now, for a kick-off, goalkeeping wise is hard for a number of reasons, because Henderson at the moment obviously isn't going to be signing permanently, because I think Man United want a fortune now from, obviously, because he's been on loan for 2 seasons, kind of established himself really well. Bagged the team this season as well to highlight this year how impressive he's been. Got a lot of clean sheets. So Henderson, most likely, if he was part of the team, could easily be like say 79, 80 rated this FIFA. But we've obviously not put him in the Man United team, we've not put him in the Sheffield United team because we don't know circumstances at the moment. So Fordingham is our first choice at 72 rated. Just kept him as he is from Rangers. Yes, he didn't play very much for Rangers last season, but to manage to back this transfer, we may just keep him as he is. Then defensively, for the team has been a big focal point of where they are very, very impressive. Enda Stevens, O'Connell and Egan, I suspect, will all see significant upgrades. Stevens got a decent upgrade in the winter upgrades from a 74 to a 77. Enda Stevens was the same actually, from a 74 to a 77. We even think they could go higher still, of going from 77 to 80 rated. It may not go as high, they may go 78, 79, but the reason why we're saying 80 rated is because of how consistent they were at the back. They were just unfortunately unlucky after post lockdown just to not secure a European spot. But regardless, they've worked hard and definitely deserve a significant upgrade. O'Connell obviously was a 74 rated card, we've put him up to a 78. If he'd had an upgrade in the winter, then he might have easily been close to them as well, but that's where we feel them. I think the consistency will be around like 78 to 80 is where I think they will be. Midfield, Fleck, we are upgrading from a 74 to a 73 even to a 77. Significant upgrade for him, kind of established himself in midfield very nicely. He may not go as high, but I feel he's underappreciated at times, and he's kind of established himself long since his days when he was at Rangers and so forth, and kind of a pretty consistent midfielder for stats, so that's where I think he will be. Berge, I think, will stay as he is. He bagged in form for Sheffield United, but I don't think he'll go up or down in my retrospective opinion. I think he'll stay as he is, and then obviously it goes from there if EA feel that adjustments should be required. Norwood, I think, could see a significant upgrade as well of +3, going to a 78. Obviously won't be the most appealing card in the world, but I still feel he deserves a significant upgrade regardless for his performances this season. Then on to Lundstrom, another player who has been a big part of their midfield. He is getting quite a significant upgrade. Where it happens or not is a different matter, and also it is quite an upgrade. We have put him up 7 to a 74. Now, he did bag in form quite early in FIFA, and also has been very impressive regardless, under a number of transfer speculation as well, but we feel he deserves to be given quite an upgrade. Where he goes to that rate note is a different matter, but we feel I would say minimum +4 to most 7 or 8 is deserved. Burnley, we feel will go from a silver to a gold. 74 to a 76 is where we're going with him. Kind of like one of their main signings last season, hasn't scored too many goals, but he's done enough to, I feel, deserve an upgrade regardless, in my opinion. McGoldrick's a bit of a tricky one, because same for Billy Sharp for that matter as well. Both just kind of go about their business, not too many goals, and like I don't feel they're going to potentially go gold, that they'll probably just fall short. In McGoldrick's case, I think a +1, and in Billy Sharp's case, I think will stay as he is. I think if they had more goals between them, then they might have went higher. And yet, while yes, they had a very good season, it's hard to kind of completely justify pushing them into gold unless, say, you put them as both 75s, I would say, if anything. But EA will probably decide themselves. If they were to go gold, then it makes the SBC even easier for next year, but I would imagine they'll still be relatively expensive. And like Moore and Verrips, obviously they're like the alternative goalies within the team. I've just kind of kept them as they are. Don't feel like they deserve upgrades or downgrades, so just kept them as they are. Then on to Freeman, kind of same applies really. What you'll see with players like Freeman and Osborne, just kept them as they are because they haven't really been playing much, but at the same time I feel like they don't deserve to go down or even up for that matter. It's more kind of like, what I've noticed is it's mostly the players that have been playing most of the games this season is where you'll see the upgrades, and that's kind of where it falls in Basham and Baldock. Basham is already quite a decent rating for them at 73, and I feel we'll go up to 76, 77 in my opinion, and in Baldock's case could experience quite an upgrade, going from 69 to 75, 75, 76, simply just on the basis of how he's been this season. Whether that happens or not is a different matter, but I feel that he deserves a significant upgrade within the team. Then on to like Freeman and Robinson, I feel both of them will just probably experience minor downgrades just due to lack of game time. Obviously Robinson was out on loan as well in January, didn't do too much for what I believe, and that will be a big reason for them going down, if I'm honest. Then Musette, injuries but also some decent performances for him, might experience a little bit of an upgrade to a 72, 73. Then on to another Robinson. Honestly, it's like a lot of the same names, so many Freemans, so many Robinsons, but we just get on with it. And he may stay the same if I'm honest, but is what it is. And then depending on other players within the team, like Brian for example, if they're still actually part of the team come next season obviously, then he may stay as he is, but obviously the team itself will probably experience a number of transfer moments. Like obviously Ramsdale's had the transfer accepted for from Bournemouth to Sheffield United. Whether that happens or not is a different matter, and he may go gold, but at the same time I wouldn't really put him gold because he made a lot of good saves, but at the same time he's probably one player that's not the best defensive goalkeeper in mind, as it were. But for me, I feel next FIFA they're going to have a lot more goals, and they will have a lot more to hopefully work with. Obviously if they get rid of some of the players that aren't really cutting the mustard, if they can get rid of some of those silvers and the reserves as it were, transfer them to some low rated golds, it'll make the team a lot easier to do. Obviously it was expensive this FIFA, hopefully for FIFA 21 it's not as bad, but let's say time will tell in due course. But let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts with this is. I suspect some Sheffield United fans may want them to be higher rated or lower rated potentially, and obviously if transfers are speculated as well, then you may see some changes within the team as well from there. But let me know in the comments down below, as I said, what your thoughts are on this. Smash links as always, folks, would be much appreciated. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Legend. Hopefully you've been enjoying these, and I'll catch you all later.